Earlier this week, we broke down the most American cars you can buy in the United States. And outside of Tesla, actually Honda ranks the highest in terms of assembly and parts sourced here from North America. So well done, Honda, but they're far from being made in Japan like they used to be when they were first introduced here in the market. And skimming through the comments on that video, Drew Holzinger said, I would like to see the most Japanese car you can buy in the USA list. So today, I'm going to break down every single Japanese car you can still buy in America that's actually made in Japan. Let's go. Now, Suzuki and Isuzu are no longer sold in America, and that leaves us 6 major Japanese automakers left in the United States. We have Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Subaru, Mazda, Mitsubishi. I think that's it. That's all 6. So we're going to break down each model from each of those manufacturers that's actually brought over from Japan where it's assembled. And stay to the end because I'm going to give you a bonus section of the Korean cars as well that are also made in Korea that are imported into the United States. This kind of is a little fun add-on. Let's start with the largest car company in the world, Toyota, Lexus. Coming out of their Motomachi plant, we have a lot of vehicles, pretty much small batch vehicles. We have the Crown and the upcoming Crown Sport, which are rumored to get here in the United States. A lot of us aren't that thrilled and excited about the current Crown model as it replaced the Avalon here as a lifted hatchback sedan that is still a sedan because the hatchback actually is not a hatchback or liftback, it's a trunk. But the Crown Sport is something to really smack your lips on. It's essentially a Toyota's version of the Ferrari Purosangue, and it's going to be cute, sporty, attractive, and it's going to be welcome. And it's probably even better than the Lexus NX and RX as well. So can't wait for the Crown Sport. Fingers crossed it comes to America. Anyways, let's move on. The BZ4X fully electric vehicle is made at that Motomachi plant. You also have the Toyota Mirai fuel cell vehicle, another very low volume vehicle, as well as a GR Corolla at the GR factory there. Low volume Lexus LC. Very low volume as well. That includes LC convertible and the Lexus RZ fully electric vehicle. Moving to the next plant, the Takuoka plant, is the Toyota Venza. And it'll be interesting to see what Toyota does with the Venza. Will they take it out of America when and if the Crown Sport comes here? There's just a lot of overlap with similar products with the RAV4, the Lexus NX, etc. So that'll be interesting. As for now, the Venza still is imported from Japan as our version of the Harrier. The Corolla Hybrid. The Nagakusa plant builds the RAV4 Prime. Over at the Miyata plant in Kyushu, they build the UX, the Lexus UX, the RX front-wheel drive models are built over there. I don't think that's the hybrid. I think it's the gas, the 2.4 turbo RX only is built over the Miyata plant in Japan. The rest of them are built in Canada. Moving on to the Susumi plant, you have the Corolla hatchback and the Prius and the Prius Prime. They used to make the Prius in an additional plant, but with the volume lowering over the past few years, they just make it in that Susumi plant. All right, the Tahara plant, the legendary truck builder, as well as Lexus builder. You have the LS built there. You have the IS built there. You have the Lexus GX, and with the upcoming Lexus GX redesign, it's still be built in Tahara. You also have the Lexus RC built there. You have the Land Cruiser Prado built there, and the upcoming Land Cruiser reintroduction model into America was built there. Also, the NX plug-in hybrid is built at the Tahara plant, as well as the legendary 4Runner. Hopefully, we get a redesign of the 4Runner in the next year or so. Also built in Japan is Toyota's little sports car, the GR6, built by Subaru at the Gunma plant. And lastly, in Yoshiwara, Lexus builds the LX. So that concludes Toyota Lexus. There are quite a few models made from the largest Japanese automaker, the largest automaker in the world from Japan that's imported in the United States. A big list there. And with the Lexus ES going back to Japan in the next couple of years, as well as the introduction of the Crown models, seems like we're getting more Japanese vehicles than we have in recent history, which is pretty exciting. Moving on to the next manufacturer that builds a lot of models in Japan is Mazda. Over at the Hiroshima plant, you have the CX-5 and the CX-9. Well, the CX-9 just got discontinued, so I guess I can take that off the list. You have the MX-30, which is the the fully electric vehicle, but they just started putting the rotary in it for certain markets. Maybe we'll get that here in the United States, as well as the MX-5 Miata's built at the Hiroshima plant. In the Hofu plant, they build the all-new CX-90 there, and therefore they're going to build the upcoming CX-70 there, and they build the CX-60 there, as well as the CX-80 for certain markets. CX-5 is also built there at the Hofu plant, as well as the Hiroshima plant. Mazda 3 hatchback and Mazda 3 turbo are built there. There are some Mazda 3s that are built in Mexico, so it really depends on the grade, the engine, etc. It's really hard for me to figure out which models are built where, so just keep that in mind. We get a healthy dose of Mazda 3s from Japan still here in the United States. Let's move on to Nissan and Infiniti. At the Tochigi plant, they build the GTR, the Q50, and the Q60 from Infiniti. They build the Z there. They also build the Aria, which I just reviewed. It's leaving today. I'm going to miss that car. I've really enjoyed it. It's the best Japanese EV I've tested. It's better than the Lexus RZ. It's better than the BZ4X. I haven't driven the Solterra, but that's essentially the same thing as the BZ4X. So really like the Aria. It's just really expensive. Anyways, also built by Nissan in Japan at the Kyushu plant is the Armada and QX80. Love those truck body on frame SUVs, aka the Nissan Patrol, and we should be getting a redesign on these fairly soon, which is supposed to drop the V8, which I'm not that excited about, but hey, it is the way of the world. The Lexus LX and the Land Cruiser 300 dropped the V8. But anyways, also part of Nissan is Mitsubishi. At the Okazaki plant, they build the Outlander, the Eclipse Cross, the Outlander plug-in hybrid. Make sure to watch my review on that. If you can get it for a good deal, it's a really good car. At the Mitsushima plant, they build the Outlander Sport, which is definitely in need of a redesign. The Mirage, I believe, is built in Thailand, so that doesn't count. All right, so let's move on to Subaru. Built in the Gunma plant is the BRZ, just like the GR86 from Toyota. They build the Forester there. They build the Crosstrek there. Just reviewed the Crosstrek with the 2-liter. It's ridiculously slow. Great ride. Handles great. It's fun to drive. But gosh darn, that just get the 2.5 or get a WRX, which is also built in Japan. And over at the Motomachi plant, built by Toyota, is the fully electric Subaru Solterra. I think we have just one more Japanese company on the list, and that's Honda. Honda doesn't make any vehicles in Japan for the United States market. They really only make the Type R, and I think the engine is built here in America, if I remember correctly, and they ship it on over to Japan, and they build and assemble the FL5 over there, and then they bring it to America. So every single ever since the RLX/Legend was killed off for Acura, they haven't had any Japanese-made vehicles on the Acura end, and that doesn't look to be the case anytime ever in the future. So electric Hondas and electric Acuras maybe one day will come into the United States, but for the most part, they're going to be building everything here in America. And it's crazy that we actually have Hondas and Acuras going to be built by General Motors in America, and we don't have any Honda or Acuras really built in Japan for the American market. So they still build vehicles in Japan for the Japanese market and for other parts of Asia, especially like their N-Box, N-Wagon, Step Wagon, stuff like that we don't get in the United States. But Honda's really shrinking in Japan as it is. And it's interesting that they become largely a North American brand, as they are the number one. Outside of Tesla, they are the number one American-made manufacturer. So now we're going to get onto the bonus list. Hyundai and Kia still import a ton of vehicles from Korea. At the Ulsan plant for Hyundai and Genesis, they build the Palisade, Accent, Kona, Ioniq 5, Tucson plug-in hybrid, Santa Fe plug-in hybrid, GV60, 70, and 80, G70, 80, and 90. You also have the fuel cell Nexo, and you have the Venue. That is unbelievable how many cars they make in that Ulsan plant. It's a mega plant. It's impressive. And at the Asan plant, they build the Sonata Hybrid for our American market. The rest of the Sonatas are actually built here stateside, I believe, and the Ioniq 6 Streamliner. Make sure to watch out my review on those vehicles as well, especially the Ioniq 6, which was in Arizona. Just absolutely beautiful. Moving on to Kia at the Gwangyang plant is the Carnival, the Rio, the Stinger, rest in peace, really, the EV9 for now. The EV9 will start production in Georgia in the summer of 2024, but initial batches will come over from the Gwangyang plant. At the Hwaseong plant, We have the Sorento hybrid and plug-in hybrid. You also have the EV6 built there as well. And at the Gwangju plant, you have the Sportage hybrid and plug-in hybrid, as well as the Seltos. So a ton of Korean vehicles still imported into the United States, as well as a ton of Japanese cars. So are there any surprises on the list? And why did I make this video other than someone just saying that they want to see a video on this? Well, people swear by Japanese quality vehicles. And I'm not going to do a video comparing the two. My good friend David Chow does a great job comparing the quality of Japanese vehicles against a lot of other vehicles made in Germany or built in America. So make sure to watch out his videos. But I just felt like sharing this so you know what to look out for. If you really want a Japanese car that's built in Japan, you have tons of options. Now, the problem will be going forward with electric vehicles, which maybe you're not that excited for. But anyways, the electric vehicles, they have to be built in North America in order to get the EV tax credit. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out with the amount of vehicles that are currently imported into America from Japan. What is it going to be like in the future? I think this list is going to get smaller and smaller as time goes on, due to the localization and benefits that you also get from building EVs locally here in North America. Let me know if you own any of these vehicles on the list from any of these Japanese or Korean automakers. What is your experience with any of the vehicles on this list that you have owned currently or in the past? Has it been good? Let me know what your experience of North American made vehicles, whether it's Mexico, the United States, or Canada, of these Japanese and Korean automakers. Let me know down below what your experience has been. Do you swear by one or the other? Do you think it doesn't matter? I'll see you guys down below. Thank you for watching. Smash a like button if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great day and peace.